In this lesson, you will explore division. Multiplication and division are inverse operations, or they are the opposite. Just like addition and subtraction are opposite of one another. Division is the operation of making equal groups. They have to be in equal groups. Think of it as sharing. If you're sharing food or toys with a friend, you want it to be fair, so you want to have an equal amount. Each of you wants to have an equal amount. If you see division problems, you might see it two different ways. You might see the line with the dot on top and the dot on the bottom. You might see the little house. So let's look and see what each of these numbers is called. The first number that you start with, so if you start with 18 Fruit Loops and you divide it, that's called your dividend. That's how many you start with. The number of groups that you divide it into is called your divisor. So if you want to divide 18 Fruit Loops into 3 groups, you would know that there are 6 in each group. And the answer to a division problem is called the quotient. If we look at it this way, the 18 goes inside the house. 18 Fruit Loops is the dividend. Divided by 3, the divisor, is equal to 6, the quotient. And when we're reading a number or a division problem this way, you want to make sure and say the number, the dividend in the house first. So 18 divided by 3 equals 6. 18 divided by 3 equals 6. Okay, if you want to picture division, let's say we have 12 pepperonis and we want to share them on 2 different pizzas. 12 divided by 2. Well, I already have the answer there, but let's make sure it's going to work. 12 divided by 2 is 6. So we have 12 pepperonis right here. And I'm going to put one on at a time to make sure I don't run out, to make sure that it's equal. So we've got 1 for this one, 1 for that one, 1 for this one, 1 for that one. And we're just sharing one at a time as one of the strategies to help us divide. So 6 pepperonis for this pizza, 6 pepperonis for this pizza, which equals 12 altogether. Another example, let's say we're having a party and we want flower vases as our centerpiece. We have 4 tables that we have to decorate. So we go to the store, we buy 28 flowers. So 28 divided by 4 vases, or the 4 different tables, is equal to 7. So if you share equally, each vase will have 7 flowers inside. Okay, if we want to experience division, we experience division all the time. So for example, you have your friend over for a little snack and you guys go ahead and make cookies. So you go ahead and you pull out the whole entire roll of cookies and it makes 8 cookies. Now you have to decide how many cookies does each person get. So you have 8 cookies to start with, divided by 2 people, and I already have the answer there, but let's make sure it's going to work. So we have 8 divided by 2, we say equals 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. There are 8 cookies and each of you get 4. Okay, if you want to manipulate division, in our classroom we have beans and cups. It's a really easy way to see division visually and to feel it and to manipulate it around on your desk. If you're at home, you can use maybe Fruit Loops and bowls, or you can use pens and paper, anything to make groups. Something has to represent the groups, which is the cup, and then something has to be maybe smaller to represent each little piece. So if we had beans and cups, we're going to start out with 72 beans. So we're going to count out our 72 beans, and we're going to divide it by 8. 8 cups. 72 divided by 8. So 72 divided by 8 we know is 9. 9 inside of each cup. You may have seen that because of multiplication. You know 9 times 8 is 72. And you could put 9 in each cup at a time, or like our previous method, you could put 1 in each cup at a time until you run out, and you'll find that each cup will receive 9. Another way, you could use paper clips and circle mats. So let's say we have 10 paper clips divided by 5 groups or 5 little circle mats. We will see that 2 clips will fit onto each group. 10 divided by 5 is 2. And I hope you're relating this to multiplication as you watch me divide these problems, because 5 times 2 is 10, 9 times 8 is 72. I hope you're relating that they are indeed inverse operations. All right. Now, what if the number is so large you don't want to count out hundreds of beans or hundreds of Fruit Loops? There's a way to calculate it on paper. So let's say we have 312 divided by 6. In order to do this, we call it long division, and there are 4 steps to long division. Divide, multiply, subtract, and bring it down. So let's see exactly what that means. If we try to divide 312 divided by 6, we're going to take it a little chunk at a time. So 3 divided by 6, can't do that. 31 divided by 6, okay, I know that. 30 divided by 6 is 5, so I'll have 1 left over. That's okay. So I'm going to divide. 31 divided by 6 equals 5. Then I multiply. 6 times 5 is 30. Then I need to subtract. 31 minus 30 is 1. And the last step is to bring down. I want to make sure and bring down that very next number. So now I have 12. 12 divided by 6 is 2, so I divide. Then I multiply. 2 times 6 is 12. Then I subtract. 12 minus 12 is 0. And if I look up here, there are no other numbers to bring down, so I'm finished. And especially since I ended up with 0. My answer is 52. Let's look at another example. So let's say we have 428 divided by 5. First, you're going to divide. 4 divided by 5, can't do it. 42 divided by 5. Well, I know that 40 divided by 5 is 8, so I'm going to divide. And then I'm going to multiply. 8 times 5 is 40. Then I'm going to subtract. 42 minus 40. 2 minus 0 is 2. 4 minus 4 is 0. The next thing I need to do is bring down. I'm going to bring down my 8. Now I'm going to start my steps over again. I'm going to divide. 28 divided by 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Then I'm going to multiply. 5 times 5 is 25. And one way you can remember, you could put a little multiplication sign there if that helps you. So you can say 5 times 5 is 25. Then you're going to subtract. 8 minus 5 is 3. 2 minus 2 is 0. Now, I don't have anything else to bring down. So I still have a number there, but 5 cannot divide into 3. This is what we call a remainder. We ended with 0 here, so there was no remainder. But here we end up with a remainder. And there's a couple different ways you can write remainders. You can put a capital R and then the 3. So your answer would be 85 remainder 3. Or you could scoot this up to the top and you could write 85 with the 3 over the 5. So you could say 85 and 3/5. So those are the two different ways you can write the remainder. 85 remainder 3 or 85 and 3/5. Now you know how to picture your division, experience. You know that you experience your division, you can manipulate it, and you can calculate even greater numbers in division. Good luck. Remember, DMSB. Divide, multiply, subtract, and bring down.